Good evening. In this episode of Divorce for Grandchildren, this is Authorized United States Magistrate Stanley Matthew Seekford on 18C2, a concurrence of 12C869. This episode is a very special episode because it's on defamation of character and stalking. You know, all these people making comments on my videos, calling me nuts, whatever, and all kinds of crazy things. You know, they're the ones defaming me, slandering me, but yet they're going to go to the Hagerstown police and tell me I don't know what Maryland law is, and they're going to charge me. These are interns for the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Even the ones in this building that's taking time off from work, who hasn't been to work in a couple weeks because the flunking brainless idiots is again taking the interest off my money and paying these people to hack into my phone and remove photos. Like, I can't re-add those photos? Are you stupid or are you really smoking crack? But no, fact of the matter is, cyber stalking is a felony. The Maryland State Police pointed that out to me before I even moved here. So if you want to take and go to the Hagerstown Police with that video of me discussing you stalking me, and yes, using that device from Mr. Stone to log into my phone, is stalking. Guess what? Just in case you didn't know. So you're going to take and admit to a felony. Hell, I don't have to turn you in. Then my cousin Angela Cedars. Angela, I'm not putting all the facts out there. Yes, your dad did take and give the particular laptop that I have to John Ranneman, and that's who I got it from. That's what you don't know. Ask your mom if she remembers your dad ever having a Sony Vaio around the 80s. That's how old it is. Because your dad actually had it when it was new. When he first started working for Mac. So you want to try again? But no, as far as how I know what the Bureau is doing with my money, I've got people in Internal Revenue Service. I'm not going to throw their names underneath the school bus. And I do exercise freedom of speech. First Amendment right. So there goes your defamation of character. You know, if they want to charge people for that, they're going to have to charge, like, I don't know, at least 40, 50 people here in Hagerstown alone. Not to mention Craig Stevens, that Donna girl, the Dana Jernell, Cassie Jernell, who's been posting all kinds of crazy shit about me. And what's this over? See, in 93, John Brantley Wright, I'll keep pointing this out, decided he wanted a piece of property, but he didn't want to pay for it. So he had them fabricate my record, one charge at a time, over a period of time, so it would go unnoticed. And then what he did was he turned around, had me incarcerated on a charge I was a victim of, and again, what happened? Boom. I get locked up. He puts has Christopher Wilkes put the property taxes in my land in his dad's name. This was 12C869. Now, when I got out in 2011, I took the state's witness, Mr. Down, to court on 12C90. The flunking brainless idiots, as we call them, the Federal Bureau of Investigations, they could not have that. I won by default, which normally when you won by default, it can't be appealed. But no, not the flunking brainless idiots. They had Grace Silvers III commit fraud. But I was with the judge at the time, so they couldn't overdo it. Every time, boom, 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 boom. I won, proving that I was the victim, and proving that I was wrongfully incarcerated. Now, another thing I want to point out: this Betty girl. Jerome Powell works for the Federal Reserves. Yes, the Federal Reserves is a branch of the FBI. You might want to do a little more research on that, because I research laws every day. Quite often. The fact of the matter is, If you don't like what I got to say in my videos, you don't like the truth, don't watch them. Jerome Powell, you need to come up my $9.5 million and quit giving it to the people in this building, the interest off of it, because you know what? That's fraud. And I have already added you to the warrant. And if y'all haven't been served, you can come to my quarters on Broadway here, and I can actually set your bond as well, because magistrates can do that. If I wasn't an authorized judge, the FBI could have locked me up. But no, they want, oh, he's crazy. No, I'm not crazy. You're crazy because you don't want to accept that I'm a judge over a case because Dana Janelle wanted to get it for her crack whore daughter, Cassidy Marie Janelle. That's a fact. Now, prove beyond a reasonable doubt Cassidy Marie Janelle has no interest in my piece of property, 1151 Go Away Road, that I purchased off Rosetta Elshai. Furthermore, prove beyond a reasonable doubt that John Brantley Wright didn't have the taxes to my property put in the John Evans Wright name by Christopher Wilkes. You can't, because he did. You know, the FBI is talking, oh, they're fighting corruption, they're fighting public corruption and this and that, when they're the corrupt ones. When they're the ones raping and pillaging the villages and the community and society. If they want something, they'll just take it from you in one manner or another. They think that they can use federal resources, which is what Dana did, create a concurrence of 12C869 by doing the same thing John Brantley did in 2018 for 1151 Go Away Road. And they even offered to pay Rosetta Elshai $11,000. Now, prove that they didn't offer to pay her that. Now, have they? I don't know yet. Or do I? Question. The fact of the matter is, Jim Justice, you know, my fiance heard the First Lady admit that the state of West Virginia owes me $13.5 million, as well as the deed to 1151 Go Away Road and 8050 Williamsport Pike, full clemency, and the F-250 crew cabin permit to drive on, and said she needed one more document to proceed. Now, my fiance don't lie, and she's been a state's witness in the state of Maryland 4 times. Flunking internal affairs thought they was going to use that for fraud alert. No fraud. We know what we're doing. She's got partial power of attorney over my medical for my health reasons, because I don't like to take medications. Not financial. So again, I don't know what kind of drugs you're all on, but you need to come real. And as far as defamation of character, prove beyond a reasonable doubt you have not gave one person in this building in 136 Broadway any of the interest off of that $9.5 million that's Jerome Powell's over in the Federal Reserve Bank. Again, you can't do that because you're thieves. You're nothing but a bunch of lying thieves. And that's why I'm doing this. And no, you're not going to shut me up, flunking brainless idiots. And no, this ain't going away. And I will let the administration know. And I will be in contact with the District of Columbia and point out to them that you're in further violation of 1511, tampering with evidence, 1505, 1501, amongst other ones, and stalking. Flunking brainless idiots. And MGM, you seriously need to do a series of divorce for grandchildren. People's already calling me a star and sharing my videos and liking them on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. Al Bundy ain't got shit on me, and Peggy Bundy damn sure ain't got nothing on my woman. And I'm sorry. It is what it is. Now, maybe next they will give me my restitution and then try to have the Internal Revenue Service nail me for taxes. But I know ways around taxes. I've got people that works in the tax department know how to handle the taxes so I don't get tax evasion or nothing like that. While it's in Jerome Powell's possession, he's the one responsible for the taxes, considering he's in possession of stolen funds of $9.5 million in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, which is a division of the FBI, just like Google is a division of the Central Intelligence Agencies. And Derek, I thought you was going to be my special agent. You need to start serving that warrant. Some of them's wanting to know where the warrant's at. You're in Cali, have your inspector start taking them into custody. Some of them's out your way. Dana Durnell sure ain't no Maldives, nor is she in Canada. Well, that basically sums it up, other than Jim Justice. Quit posting these lies into social media. If you truly cared about West Virginia citizens, you'd already be here with my clemency and compensation, like we discussed on Facebook Messenger. And yeah, I'm planning on getting a place in West Virginia, but I ain't saying where. That's why I ain't worried about the deeds, Jim. I can get those in due process, because I'm just going to sell them. And if the flunking brainless idiots want to buy them for their employees, so be it. Price is right. Because I don't want to live in those areas. I got my place where I want to live. And I ain't saying where. But I can say it's near, it's basically a border state, border town. And there's many of them along the Maryland border. I'm sure some of y'all know what places for sale. Well, that's all for this episode of Divorce for Grandchildren. Hagerstown State Police, Washington County Sheriff's Department, Hagerstown Police, First Amendment right. And defamation of character, you better be getting all these people make slander me, calling me nuts and everything else, and denying that I'm a judge, including the FBI agents. Because that's defamation of character. I've got an associate's degree in criminal justice, so she's got a bachelor's degree. She can wipe her ass with that. And cyber stalking, if she wants to bring videos of me, that's cyber stalking. The Maryland State Police pointed that out to me before I even moved here. That's a felony in this state. Y'all have a good day, one and all. This is Matthew Seekford on Divorce with Grandchildren.